phone here. Okay. Fat loss is one of the things that nobody really understands, and where it talks about, like, how does fat loss work? Where does the fat go? What do I have to do to lose the fat, right? So I shall break this down to the best of my abilities. So fat loss basically occurs whenever there's any type of stress on the body, training, shivering, hunger, so on and so forth, your boss yelling at you. What happens is the body sends out adrenaline, epinephrine for the non-Europeans, and basically that causes cortisol to come out, and cortisol pushes out the stored fat and glycogen reserves of the body. Basically the fat cell breaks down to free fatty acids, and those free fatty acids then go into the bloodstream and hopefully being used up as energy. So that's the theoretical framework of fat loss, right? Okay, great, Mike, but what does it mean for me? Like, if I want to lose fat, what do I do in terms of my training, my diet, and so on and so forth, right? So that's a good question. So let's look at training first, right? Here's something you have to understand. When training for fat loss, the goal is not to burn calories. What? Mike's nuts. No. The goal when training for fat loss is to keep the muscle on. What does this mean? It means you're dieting, you're eating fewer calories, we can agree on that, right? So that also means your body says, I'm getting rid of muscle mass. Why? Because muscle mass is energy intensive, and I don't want to use it, have it, if I don't have enough calories, right? So there's only one way to keep the body from keeping on the muscle mass, and that is plain simple, using said muscle mass. That's why all the cardio bunnies are skinny fat, because they have no upper body muscle mass anymore, right? So training still applies in the sense of you need to create tension in the body, you need to overload the muscle, you need to train the whole body at least twice a week. Otherwise, you will lose the muscle. Then you will get lighter, but you will not necessarily get leaner. And getting leaner is obviously what you're trying to do. We can agree on that, right? So the training, there's also no fat burning exercise. There's no cutting exercises. Think about how stupid that is. Like if you say there's a cutting exercise, it would mean like you're doing, I'm making this up, a chest fly, right? And the fat cells are like, oops, he's doing a chest fly, we better leave. No, there's only like, the muscle is still being used, henceforth it stays, henceforth your caloric burn rate does not drop. That's the key, right? So now let's talk diet. So we can all agree that for losing body fat, you need a caloric deficit, right? So how is this accomplished? Well, if we take away like all the idiot stuff, such as, you know, the grapefruit diet and the cabbage soup diet and what have you, and we focus on what actually works, is more or less three things, right? There's low carb, low fat, and there's the zone diet. Those three things have been proven over a long period of time to help people with weight loss, right? So we do know that people who go on a low fat diet tend to do a little bit better in the long run, but in the end it doesn't matter all that much as long as you stick to it. So low carb, low fat, the zone. Intermittent fasting, I guess it's okay if it allows you to stay within the means. There's no growth hormone output and so on and so forth. But if that helps you not to eat at night, then more power to you, right? Otherwise, just brush your teeth and go to bed. So cardio, right? Oh, cardio, you need to do cardio to lose fat. Cardio, no. Cardio is not that great for fat loss. Whoa, what? What the hell? That might make sense. Cardio is great for overall health. So like any type of exercise, it expands calories, right? And that's cool. But it does not magically target the fat deposits, right? So cardio should be done for overall health, right? Especially for my age, when I hang with the kids and so on and so forth. For that, it's great. So basically, which cardio is best? Well, the best cardio is the one you do. Like, I'm inherently lazy. Even though I'm in the gym all day, I will not do indoor cardio. I just will not do it. So I just ride the bike in and out of work, you know, which gives me like 20 minutes each way, and that's all I'm gonna do, right? So I will not be doing any indoor cardio, even though I work in a gym. With cardio, also there's access, right? So like swimming is tricky to get to these days. And swimming is tricky. So like the best cardio is the one you do, right? Keep it simple, right? Then, of course, the big question is supplements. Fat loss supplements are an industry that is bigger than like certain countries, their GDP. So with supplements, this is very, very simple. Do you want to break the law? It's a yes or no question. If you do not want to break the law, you're basically stuck with really expensive caffeine tablets. Now, caffeine has some mild fat-burning properties, but it's not a miracle drug. And it can be had for $2 for 100 pills over there at Dwayne Reed or Walgreens, what have you, right? And you can send the difference that you would have spent on your fat burn to my PayPal account on this channel, right? So we're good. So to summarize fat loss, a couple things must occur. The most important thing is always to have a deficit, right? So you take your BMR and you subtract 500. How much should you lose? About 1% of body weight per week. Anything more, it's difficult unless you're very, very heavy. So that is first. But then you need to understand you need to keep the muscle mass. So you must train with weights. If you just do cardio, you're gonna get skinny fat. Okay, I can't emphasize that's enough. You must train with weights when trying to lose body fat. That's critical, right? You should add some cardio, that's fine. You should eat either low carb or low fat, or the zone diet, create deficit. As for supplements, like I said, creatine helps with keeping the muscles full, caffeine helps with a little bit hunger retardation, and that's really about it, okay? So that's what I have for fat loss. Muscle growth will be the next live talk. I'm happy to take comments, suggestions, and so on and so forth in the comment section, as long as they are civilized and I'm not attacking my family or something else, okay? That being said, if I don't see you guys, Happy New Year, Maik out.